I think I'm doing better now, you know? I think at the time when I found out, you know, at the same time as the rest of the world, that my marriage was ending in divorce, I was gutted.
The judge just threatened Jeezy with jail time. And if you think that's the most dramatic part of this divorce saga, think again. From missing money and luxury car drama to accusations of fraud and police involvement, this split between Jeezy and Jeannie Mai has spiraled into something far beyond your typical Hollywood breakup. What started as a power couple is now a legal and emotional war zone, and the stakes keep rising. But is Jeezy really being shady, or is Jeannie playing the media game to her advantage? Let's break it all down. When Jeezy filed for divorce from Jeannie Mai back in September of 2023, most people thought it would be quick, clean, and private. After all, the couple had only been married for 2 years and were already co-parenting a young daughter, Monaco. But instead of fading out of the spotlight, this breakup has become a tabloid spectacle that's now stretching into its second year. Court documents show that both parties initially agreed to key divorce terms, including property, custody, and financial arrangements.
So all my first music was basically me saying, even if I went to prison, I'm gonna leave something out here so people can at least hear, you know, how I see it.
But nearly every major agreement has since fallen apart, and at the center of it all, a Range Rover, a trust fund, unpaid rent, and a very fed-up judge. One of the first signs that things were about to get messy came with something surprisingly simple, the title to a 2021 Range Rover. Under the divorce agreement, Jeezy was supposed to transfer the vehicle to Jeannie, but he didn't. When they returned to court, the judge wasn't buying any excuses. He ruled that Jeezy had willfully failed to complete the transfer, a direct violation of their agreement. Jeezy tried to shift the blame to the DMV, claiming there were delays out of his control. But the judge wasn't having it. He made it clear, if Jeezy didn't stop dragging his feet, jail time was on the table. That threat, it wasn't an empty one. It marked a turning point in the case, signaling the court's growing suspicion that Jeezy might be playing games.
You have to build some type of credibility. So when I took the Snowman and made it a brand, when I showed people I understood marketing by giving out all those Trap or Die CDs to get a buzz, when I went to Def Jam and negotiated my deal.
And it didn't stop there. Back in December 2024, Jeannie returned to Jeezy's house to retrieve personal belongings she had left behind. According to court records, she had legal permission to do so, signed off by the judge himself. But when she arrived, things quickly spiraled. Jeezy's manager refused to let her in. Jeannie had to call the cops. And while some of her things had been packed up, she argued that she had the right to walk through the home to confirm what was hers. "I deserve a walkthrough," she insisted, calling the entire situation a mess. The optics? Terrible. The tension? Sky high. And the message was clear. This wasn't just a disagreement. This was war. Next came the money issues, specifically a $500,000 trust fund for their daughter, Monaco, nicknamed Coco. Jeannie claims Jeezy has failed to deposit the funds as agreed.
And I think that it's set up that way. But what I will give them they flowers on is the fact that they're better businessmen, if you ask me.
She says it's part of the court-ordered financial support plan and that the money should have been transferred months ago. Jeezy, on the other hand, insists the trust is already set up. But here's the problem. He hasn't provided proof. And without concrete documentation, the court may rule in Jeannie's favor. If that happens, it could open the door for even more penalties against Jeezy, including contempt of court or financial sanctions. It also raises a deeper question. Why the delay? Is it just miscommunication or something more calculated? The financial drama doesn't end there. Jeannie is also accusing Jeezy of refusing to reimburse her for $4,000 in childcare costs. She says she's been covering expenses solo and that Jeezy has ignored his responsibility. But Jeezy says otherwise. He claims he hasn't received any valid receipts.
I was going through things, and marriage ended in divorce, and it was kind of hard. So yeah, it's what I'm dealing with day by day, you know?
In fact, when Jeannie requested reimbursement for $92,400 in rent, he pushed back hard, calling the charges not verifiable and even suggesting the paperwork might be fraudulent. That word, fraudulent, is a serious one. And using it in court filings hints at just how tense things have gotten. It's no longer just about financial support. It's about credibility, trust, and whether someone's manipulating the system. After months of back and forth, the judge is clearly losing patience. From the missed vehicle title transfer to the alleged delays in setting up a trust fund, the court is beginning to see a pattern, and it's not a good one. Threatening jail time is a last resort. But in this case, it might not be far off. The judge's language has gotten sharper, the court filings more aggressive, and it's clear that this isn't just about technical delays. The court believes Jeezy may be willfully defying orders, and that's a dangerous line to cross. Because when a judge starts threatening jail,
being a mom to the best blessing in my life, my little girl,
accentuating the positive and the beauty in life.
Even though this year I met the most broken version of me, I also met the strongest version of me.
I love how you said that.
it means they think you're playing games with the law. But behind all the legal jargon and financial disputes is something even more important. Their daughter, Monaco. She's only 3 years old. And no matter how bitter this divorce becomes, these two will be linked for life through her. Public opinion is beginning to shift. Many see Jeannie as cooperative and transparent, while Jeezy is increasingly viewed as evasive or defiant. Whether or not that's fair is still up for debate, but in the court of public opinion, perception is everything. And in the age of social media, these courtroom battles don't stay private for long. So what's really happening here? Is Jeezy genuinely struggling to meet all the court's demands? Or is he deliberately stonewalling to protect his assets, maintain control, or punish Jeannie? There are signs that both could be true. On one hand, financial disputes and celebrity divorces are notoriously complex. Delays are common, miscommunications happen, but on the other hand,
I keep it a buck. Like I didn't have a choice. Like for me, it was just like do or die. I knew music was the only thing that I could do and still be myself, and maybe get myself out of the predicament I was in, because it was just like that to go to the penitentiary.
the combination of missing money, car titles, blocked home visits, and repeated court violations points to something deeper, a possible power struggle disguised as legal red tape. And let's not forget, Jeezy was the one who filed for divorce in the first place. If he wanted to walk away clean, he had the chance. So why the resistance now? As it stands, multiple rulings are still pending. Jeannie is waiting for decisions on childcare reimbursements, the $500,000 trust, and nearly $100,000 in rent. If the judge rules in her favor, Jeezy could be looking at major penalties, including jail time, asset seizures, or additional legal costs. And all of this is still unfolding almost 2 years after the initial divorce filing. So where does it go from here? If Jeezy doesn't start complying, the next headline might be about more than court drama. It might be about consequences, real ones. Because in the end, this isn't just a messy breakup. It's a warning about what happens when fame, finances, and family collide in the public eye. And for now, it's far from over. What do you think? Is Jeezy stalling on purpose? Or is Jeannie spinning the story? Should the judge throw him in jail? Or is this all just a misunderstanding gone public? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the most dramatic celebrity stories happening right now.